are all white blood cells.
White blood cells.
And we have two types, two branches, okay? We have the granular white blood cells. Everybody, what is another name for white blood cell?
Leukocytes.
Okay. And the other branch, we have, everybody?
Granular
Leukocytes.
Okay. In the first subdivision, we have three types, which are the neutrophils. Everybody?
Neutrophils.
Review for the test.
See how hard it is there, and nobody is like everybody's.
I feel like
Pay attention to Marua. Okay.
neutrophils.
Neutrophils. Eosinophils. Basophils.
So we have three types under that.
Granular leukocytes.
All right. The first description that we have for the neutrophils is that, Christina, can you describe it, how it looks?
It looked like beaded necklace or beaded chain inside.
Correct. So the nucleus is the one that looks like what? Like pearls, right? Beaded. So they're going to be connected, and you see all those little lobes that make for the nucleus.
And Christina, what would be these purple things in here?
Granules.
So remember that if you're not sure, at least granular or granular, if you see the things, it's what? Granular. And then you only have how many choices?
3.
And for the lecture, these neutrophils are increased during the, bacteria. So they are bacteria killing. And this is an important
Phagocytic cell.
Phagocytic cell. So it
Phagocytic
what?
cell.
It just eats anything that looks suspicious, right?
Okay. Now we're going to the second one, which is a eosinophil. Remember that the face looks like an alien in here? All right. Jan, could you give me the description of this one? No? There's a no answer here.
One of the things, guys, that Marua took care of doing is remember that the first thing you need to do is compare the size of the leukocyte with the red blood cells, right? And if you see the size of the neutrophil and the eosinophil are bigger than, let's say, your lymphocyte. The lymphocyte is exactly the same size or a little bit smaller even than your red blood cells. So, okay.
And once again, we see here the
Granules.
Reddish.
But you see, this one has just two eyes, like the aeolian, and I'll pick up one that it's easy to distinguish. In reality, when you dye them, usually they're orange, but our slides, some of them are a little bit old, so don't expect to see the orange dye. They pretty much look purple, right? Okay.
Right. They're like purple in the real thing that we have. And this increase during the, when we have a parasitic infection.
Remember that it's also increased during allergy, but we're keeping it simple, right? So for this test, it's good for
Parasites.
Now the third one is the basophil. The basophil is less than 1% of the white blood cells.
Unless you have what? Allergies. If you have allergies, how's the count going to be?
Hi.
Right. So they're rare, and the granules, when they open, they release histamine.
And remember, the histamine is what makes you what? Cough and runny nose and itchy eyes and all the wonderful things that you get with a cold. Okay.
Okay, and they're increased like the professor mentioned during allergic reaction, right?
Excellent.
Now we're going to the other branch. Remember that we say there are two branches. Okay, we have that.
Granular leukocytes.
Which we have two types, which are the monocytes
And lymphocytes.
Once again,
Monocytes and lymphocytes.
okay, first monocytes are actually the largest white blood cells, and this is the one that is non-specific, right? And
Remember that the term, we'll talk about this in physio, but really a monocyte is going to be like your macrophage, phagocytic, non-specific cell. That's what it means too, okay?
And the description of it, so is the biggest in here, and we see that we have like two kidneys in here, like two lobes in here, and it's the biggest one. It's like a heart. Now the last one, which is the lymphocytes, which is, let's see, let me turn this one. Okay, it's slightly larger than the red blood cell. Could you see the size in there? And then it has a little cytoplasm around it. So it's the one that you look the size closer to the red blood cells, and the little cytoplasm, that's going to be your lymphocytes. Okay? Can Veronica tell me when lymphocytes increase, what kind of infection we might have?
TB,
I
tuberculosis.
think oh, great.
I can hear
Okay.
myself.
TB means tuberculosis. I don't want you to write TB and then you write TB on the test and you have no clue what it is, right? Oh, she said TB. TB what? It's not TB, it's TB.
Exactly, okay? Infection, okay? So with the tuberculosis infection, no abbreviations, right? At this point. And when there is a, let's see, Pedro, could you say if there is a decrease on lymphocytes, what a patient might have?
Okay, and
Perfect.
Pedro, tell me specifically which lymphocyte is decreased. Remember, what are the 3 types of lymphocytes we saw today, guys? B, T, and natural
non-specific.
killers. So T, perfect.
Wow,
So
very
specifically,
good.
your T lymphocytes are decreased during HIV. Okay, perfect.
And for TB, which is the one?
For TB, it's just in general, probably B is non-specific. You probably are developing antibodies. So non-specific, I wouldn't write B. I just leave it like that. Because it's not that easy. There's still more to it. We'll just go into the very, very surface, the tip of the iceberg here, okay?
Thank you, Marua.
Thank you, Marua.
2 minutes break.